Um, this is something that hit home with all of us, something that's very sad and had a profound effect on this committee since Don Jewell was a part of this committee for a long, long time. We're honoring Don posthumously as our honored veteran today. He passed away on January 16, 2017 at the age of 93. Don enlisted in the United States Coast Guard, serving from 1942 to 46. During his time in the Coast Guard, he assisted in rescuing 10 sailors from a torpedoed tanker, served 3 years aboard the USS Rhodes, DE-384 as a fire controlman, second class. He made 14 crossings in the Atlantic to England, France, North Africa, and Casablanca. His ship was under attack by 8 German 88s. After the war ended, Don returned home to Connecticut and began working as an electrician at Armstrong Rubber. He was always very active in community affairs, serving as commander of the American Legion Post 127 and was a life member. He served 2 terms as district commander for the New Haven County American Legion. He's a life member of the VFW and very dedicated senior member of the Orange Democratic Town Committee. His famous quote was, "I don't always have my way, but I always have my say." Don was a man who loved his family, his town, his country, and the American Legion. He was honored by the American Legion for more than 50 years of membership, 7 times commander and twice district commander. He served on the Memorial Day Committee for more than 40 years and was honored along with his wife Mary, who is seated right here on the podium, by the Memorial Day Committee for many years of service in 1959. He was an example for all who knew him, with his virtues, his sense of duty, responsibility to his community, his courage during his service in war, his charm and happy nature. But more than that, those of us who had a chance to observe Don and Mary knew that their relationship was absolutely special. There were times at the very end in preparing for this parade when you could see that they were having a hard time. Mary was in a wheelchair at the time, and they would come to our meetings, and Don was very caring. Mary, you could just tell that they loved one another and had a very special relationship. So when I heard and when we heard that Don had passed away, it had a profound impact, and this means a lot to us, all of you being here. We have some refrigerator magnets. A black and white one of Don in his early years, and one at the American Legion Post. For those of you who knew him and would like to remember him by putting him on your refrigerator, you can come up and get one of these magnets after the ceremony. I'm going to ask Don's daughter Cindy to come up and accept his plaque, which is presented to Donald J. Jewell, United States Coast Guard, 42 to 46, World War II veteran, honored veteran, and on here it says, I don't always have my way, but I always have my say. Memorial Day Parade, Town of Orange, 2007.
On behalf of the Jewell family, we would like to thank the Memorial Day Committee for bestowing this honor on my father. He would be so happy to be the center of attention today.
I'd like to call on United States Senator Richard Blumenthal to say a few words before we get to our main speaker.
Thank you so much. I am really honored to be back in Orange for this ceremony. I've come for many years, and for me it's kind of the central point of this holiday. I want to thank the town of Orange for reminding us what is important about Memorial Day, what is important about this holiday, what is important about America, and what's important about being an American. Robert DeFeo, thank you for your service and for your dedication to this country while you served, and then after you came back, continuing to give back to our community. And Kevin Gilbert and the entire committee that worked so hard to put this event together. I know countless hours, a lot of time and energy went into it. And to Mary and Cindy, thank you for being here today. I will remember that. I don't always get my way, but I always get my say. That's pretty good wisdom for Washington these days. And for all of us in life. Let me just say real quickly, we get to stand here, say whatever we wish, worship on this weekend as we please, gather with whomever we would like because of our veterans. They're the ones who have paid the price for freedom. Freedom is never free. Let me ask all of the veterans who are here today, please, to raise your hand so that we can salute you and thank you. In the United States Senate, my best committee, the one that means most to me, is the Veterans Affairs Committee, because it gives me the opportunity to work for veterans and to make sure that this nation keeps faith with our veterans and leaves no veteran behind. Too often in this great country, we fail to keep faith in education and skill training, and yes, in health care when our veterans come home. And I say that not only as a public official and a citizen, but as a dad. 2 of my 4 children have served, one deployed to Afghanistan in the Marine Corps, the other a Navy officer also deployed abroad. And I see through their eyes the sacrifice paid by our young people who look to Robert DeFeo and others who are here today, veterans of past wars, their role models. Let us never forget the sacrifice made by all who keep us free, including our police and firefighters and our emergency responders who are in that great tradition. And let us say on this Memorial Day that we will keep faith with our veterans, that we will live that ethos and make sure that no veteran is ever left behind. Thank you to all of you for being here today. God bless you, and God bless our great country. Thank you.